Hello and welcome to episode 97 of Missile Industries' Ford Falcon 351 project. Now on this episode I'm going to drive to mate Al's place to put in this new MSD distributor and ignition lead system because the car's still stalling a lot. Yep. Dude! Come on, you fucker. And today is the day that Al's offered to do it, and if you haven't gathered already, it's actually raining outside, but Al's got a lot on his plate, so I'll take whatever opportunity I can to get a professional to look my car over. So today's the day, and I'm going to drive my Ford out in that to get this done. Look how pretty this distributor is. Some kind of feels like my car's not really worthy, particularly the engine. I'm about halfway through this installation process. Al put the distributor in and I'm just doing the leads now. So a week has passed by since the last piece of footage because we ran into dramas. As you can see by that, the old Bosch distributor is back in the car and I am back at home in my own garage because after we got the leads together and attempted to start the car, didn't want to start. It fired into life and then chugged and then died, and fired into life, chugged and then died. We rechecked the timing, we reinstalled the distributor, we made sure we had top dead center on cylinder 1 by pulling a spark plug out and checking the compression. And after all the cranking, we cleaned the spark plugs, reset everything, checked the spark, checked the coil voltage. Just didn't want to start. Didn't want to stay running. It fired up on the key, crisp as you could expect, and then it just chugged. And no amount of finagling could get it to start. So I ran out of time. So at 2:30 we ripped the distributor out, put the old Bosch distributor back in, timed it up, and I left Al's shed to go pick my kids up from school. The car has sat here for the last 8 days without me touching it because I had the shits with it, and the distributor is on the bench waiting for me to do something with it. So here we are today. The plan is to get the car back up axle stands so I can work on it, pull the distributor out, put the MSD distributor in, check everything, check wiring, check coil, and see if I can get it to start. And if this fails me, I'm going to call a mechanic, tow it to a workshop, do something like that. Time for the old distributor to come out. New distributor to go in. Something's missing. Just pretend that never happened. Well, it was working fine when it went back in. I bet if I turn the camera off, this will go straight in. And it's in. Ta-da! I told you to turn the camera off and fix it. Right, it should be ready to fire up. Now, this is where we got into trouble last time, so let's just see how it goes today. I've static timed the car in at 18 degrees for top dead center with the distributor mark for number 1 cylinder, so hopefully this works. Too much timing? Let's try again. I've retarded the timing just a smidge. Sounds like shit. So this is where I was at 8 days ago at Al's place. It sounds like it's trying to run on 4 cylinders. It just doesn't sound like it's running right. And I have a hard time believing that it's a faulty distributor because it is brand new and it's an MSD, so I'd expect it to be tested before they even stuck it in the box. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm no mechanic. Doesn't want to start. Put your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, I may have stumbled upon a bit of a revelation. This car has a security system with an immobilizer, and the circuit to power up the coil goes through some palaver and under the dash somewhere before it comes back to the coil. Now I've just bypassed the coil with this jumper cable here, so I've got straight 12 volts to the coil bypassing the ignition, and it fired right up, ran like a total pig, backfired out of the carby violently, but it ran. Let's try it again. Alright, I'm going to count that as a win. So the timing's out. Something underneath the dash is interfering with the coil's ability and the distributor's ability to run properly. Now, it's getting 12 volts to the coil, so I don't think it's that. There's some other shenanigans going on, but what I'm going to do is put a relay on that circuit to give me 12 volts straight from the battery, and the ignition can turn on operating the relay, giving me 12 volts, and that should solve my headaches. Then I just have to time the car in, and everything will be roses. Hopefully. So as I sit here contemplating the outrageous success of this experiment, it's occurred to me that while I might get 12 volts across the coil while the ignition is on but not powered up, the new distributor might be causing such a voltage drop from the demand of the new high energy system that the circuit supplying it might not be able to keep up with it. So there you go, 12 volts at the coil through whatever shit's going on underneath the dash. Probably not enough to run the new ignition system, so this solution, which will just add to the hodgepodge of wires and relays I already have in my engine bay, should get the coil to run, the new high energy ignition system to run, and I can move on to getting the car tuned properly. And on that bombshell, it's time to sign out of episode 97. How good does it sound now?